Hello. Today's Halloween comic book review, at least the first one of the day. We might do a couple today. We'll see what happens. Billy Joe Van Helsing, Redneck Vampire Hunter, issue 1. This was as you would expect, as the cover gives you suggestions and stuff towards the story. A little butt crack hanging out there. Uh, Had the redneck mobile on the back here. And Boo Vamp on his little front bug shield. Kicker for license plate, holy water tank on top of the truck. Yeah, this was fun. It's a variety of little stories in here. First story is Here Comes Billy Joe Van Helsing, Redneck Vampire Hunter. This is done by Billy Joe Kiefer and Billy Joe Paradise. Actual names would be Billy Kiefer and Joe Paradise, it looks like. But the first story, we have him after a vampire, hunting him down. He's the vampire just so happens to be with Billy's on-off girlfriend, and she doesn't believe that he's a vampire. And then Billy opens up a beer full of holy water, a beer can full of holy water, uh, and throws it on him, and he starts sizzling and popping. Tons of parodies in here, goofiness, political things they play around with. I like new monsters suck. You got this little character back here that got to sign up for that. And there's just all kind. Oh yeah, she throws a after she finds out he's a vampire. She throws a can of Coors Light after him, and Billy's like, he's not a werewolf. The silver bullet's not going to hurt him because Coors Light, silver bullet. And there's just so many. It's like every page has parodies throughout this. And then we got some back and forth action going between this. I thought that was a separate story, but it doesn't look like. I guess the first two stories that I thought were separate stories, ran together, but we find out that a politician wants Billy Joe Van Helsing to take a vampire out for him that's running as his vice president. He's trying to run as, and so Billy Joe goes after him for the politician, and then the politician tries to stop him because he's like, if I have a vampire as my second in command, no one will take him out, kill him, the president out, because they won't want a vampire in control if he goes away. So it's just a fun story, just seeing what's up with that. And then we got the horror of the South in this story. Billy comes to his girlfriend's place and he just reeks. So she tells him to take a shower. See his big hairy butt there. Yeah, big hairy redneck in the shower, and then you see this character sitting here, ends up being just Billy's clothes, just standing up on its own because of the stench. And his girlfriend's sister comes over, and she's complaining about not being able to find anybody to fall in love with her, and she wants to lose her virginity and all this stuff, and she goes to leave, but accidentally goes into well, not really accidentally, goes into the bathroom and catches. Well, he comes out of the bathroom actually, and she finds out that Billy Joe's in the bathroom showering, so she kidnaps him, ties him up, throws him over her shoulder, and kidnaps him to take away to play. And she owns him now, and just all kinds of hilarity ensues with that one. And then bouncing back and forth trying to get away from her. Then I got a little Billy Joe story here. It's kind of a Hostess cupcakes type, Hostess fruit pies story, but mixed up. I mean, like the fruit pies, they're called Horace fruit pie. You have cantaloupe flavor, apricot flavor, kiwi flavor, and tomato flavor. So, because tomato is a fruit. Um, but yeah, that would be interesting. And then the last story is Luke and Duke's good old actually, no, it's the Grad and Billy Joe Van Helsing. But he goes into a Comic Con type thing, and I like in the Comic Con the two characters are holding a couple books. One's Howard the Duck, one's Alan Alda Comics. This is done by Joe Migliore, Bill Kiefer, Tad Ghostal, and Joe Paradise. The story before it was done by Bill Kiefer, Donna Franklin, Debbie David, and Mike Dudley. Uh, but yeah, you see this kind going on, and one character tells Billy that the that the black grad character down here with the grad graduate hat type thing on that he's a vampire and he's being told this by a vampire, and so he goes after him to stake him, and he he goes at him with a stake, but then he ends up hitting him with some holy water and notices there's no effect. So Billy's like, "Well, you're not a vampire." But they do take a break during their battle. Promote a couple comics from this same company. I'm assuming X Man or E Plus Man and Lethargic Comics, which I have Lethargic Comics. But yeah, you see, there's him squirting him in the face with the holy water and no effect. So he knew he wasn't a vampire. So he goes after the other one that's obviously dressed like a vampire, and the skeleton character knocks the vampire down. Billy gets a hold of him and takes care of it, but I love how it's like the vampire's like, curses, foiled again. And you got a kid at the Comic Con saying, foil, put me down for 15 copies. And it's just all kinds of goofy speak about those. And then in the back, you got a couple nice pieces of artwork, and I love this one where he's using a meat steak as the steak to kill Dracula. But yeah, they did a really good job with this. It was fun. Uh, Definitely a lot of redneck speak and stuff like that may offend some people, but I thought it was a hoot. So I will definitely check out more of these if I find them out there in the wilds. But yeah, Billy Joe Van Helsing, Redneck Vampire, #1 from not Atlas. Got a big A. This would be 1994. Why aren't we seeing a company in here? Yeah, I guess. Okay, there it is. Alpha Production. Hey there. So, but yeah, check that out. Keep falling under the cover of under the cover. I'm checking out all the stuff on the thing. I just noticed there's a crypt kicker thing on the back of his truck on this cover shot. She's chugging beers out of the keg. His girlfriend is while he's stabbing vampires. Yeah. But keep following under the call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Uh, Leave a comment. I'll comment back. Check out our Crimson Color Comic Club. Fun group podcast we do twice a month. Uh, Check out the 5 p.m. Central Time live comic book claim sale tomorrow. Every Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. This should be on Segatronic's Squirt Guns channel this week. Otherwise, it's on mine if he ends up having to go do something. Uh, at 9 p.m. Central Time Friday nights, I've been hanging out with Joe and the gang on the Crazy Hungarian show. But this week, I will not probably be on the show. I might just be in the chat because Comics Curing Cancer is this coming weekend, and I plan on supporting as much of that as possible. So check those out, and we'll get back to you with more videos soon. Thanks. Bye.